About a decade ago, I walked into a company that was hanging on by a thread. It had been gutted, 50 employees reduced to just 3, desperately trying to keep the lights on. They specialized in highly customized, small-batch precision parts. Important work, but mismanaged to hell. I was brought in to revive it. A full-blown resuscitation. And I did it piece by piece. We stripped away inefficiencies, restructured workflows, and invested in cutting-edge tech. It took 2 grueling years, but we clawed our way back. $10 million in revenue, stable margins, and profitability tied to a simple goal: $100,000 profit per employee. That was the mission. And for a while, it worked. Early on, I hired Bob. Now, Bob wasn't awful, but let's just say he wasn't core leadership material either. He had a narrow skill set, competent in a few niche areas, but the role had outgrown him. As we scaled, he just couldn't keep up. I didn't want to be cruel, so I sat him down and gave it to him straight. 2 months. 2 months to find something else. I told him I'd vouch for his strengths, but I'd also be honest about his weaknesses. To his credit, Bob didn't phone it in. His performance didn't drop, which, frankly, was more of a not worse than good, but still, respect where it's due. Eventually, he landed a role at one of our partner companies. He didn't list me as a reference, which was telling. But I let it go. I wished him well. That was supposed to be the end of it. Fast forward a few years. I'm flying out to visit that very partner company. Routine collaboration. Nothing unusual. Until I step into the meeting room and there he is. Standing beside my main contact, Charlie, all smiles. He greets me like we're old war buddies. I'm surprised, but polite. We shake hands. Small talk. Then, Charlie drops a bomb. You were lucky to have Bob. He really pulled you out of a mess. I blinked. Wait. What? Pulled me out of a mess? Charlie's tone is full of admiration, rattling off the operational changes Bob supposedly spearheaded. Tech investments. Workflow revisions. Process optimization. My work. My blood. My ideas. All of it, now with Bob's name on it. At the end, Charlie throws in a dismissive, "Well, I'm sure Aguiantha Hill helped too." Helped. That moment. It felt like someone had reached into my chest and squeezed. But I swallowed it. I smiled. I'm glad Bob found a good fit. And I walked out of that meeting with a pit in my stomach, and a silent promise that this wasn't over. Years go by. I move on from the company, passing it off to a capable general manager I'd personally hired. He steered the ship through COVID and other storms. The business stayed afloat, and we remained friends. Bob. He hung on longer than I expected, somehow keeping up appearances. But eventually, the house of cards collapsed. He lost his job. I wasn't surprised. The only surprise was that it hadn't happened sooner. But here's where it all came full circle. One day, the new GM, my friend, calls me. He tells me Bob has applied for a prestigious role at my former company, a leadership role. He didn't know Bob personally. Their timelines didn't overlap. But the resume, oh, it was impressive. Bob claimed to have led the transformation. The same transformation I had bled for. The same systems, technologies, and processes I personally implemented, laid out like he was the mastermind behind it all. The GM was ready to hire him. But he wanted my thoughts first. I paused. I could have played nice. I could have said, he's okay. He's got some skills. I could have let it go again. But this time, no. This time, I told the truth. I told him exactly what Bob had done, and more importantly, what he hadn't. The limits of his capabilities. The reality of his exit. And just like that, Bob didn't get the job.